Cuautepec, a bustling district in Mexico City with an interesting twist. Streets so dangerous that government-registered taxis refuse to drive them. This might have left the citizens without transportation if it weren't for a swarm of Beetles, dubbed Vochos. The classic VW Beetle has become the unofficial taxi of the area. With so many on the streets, the district of Cuautepec has affectionately earned the nickname Vocholandia, or Beetleland. Beetles have been in Mexico since the 1950s and were built in Mexico since 1962, becoming a staple of Mexican roads. The Puebla Volkswagen factory built this style of Beetle for 39 years, with the last car coming off the production line in 2003.
Aquí ya mucha gente lo conoce como Vocholandia. ¿Por qué? Por la cantidad de bochos. Aproximadamente en un censo que se hizo hace un año y medio, se tenía catalogado que había un promedio de 2.500 carros piratas.
Cuautepec is not only notorious for these Vochos roaming the streets, but also is one of the most dangerous areas in Mexico City. Because of this, government-registered taxi drivers refuse to take fares here. But this doesn't stop these fearless drivers from taking their battered old Beetles scrambling up the narrow and steep roads.
No quieren subir los surus o los taxis regulares, puesto que pues se ha visto y se ha oído de asesinatos, se ha oído de robos y los señores les da miedo por su propia seguridad.
Even though almost 2,500 illegal taxis drive the streets, the government has made no attempt to organize or stop the drivers. For many residents of Cuautepec, an area of about 300,000, it is their only mode of transportation. Rides cost about $1 on average.
Es bueno, es una alternativa buena porque el gobierno se vio rebasado, está totalmente rebasado, no da los servicios. Entonces, estos señores, pues la verdad, el servicio que dan es bueno.
Ellos cubren una necesidad, hay un vacío de transporte que no se alcanza a cubrir, porque como te decía, son zonas muy escarpadas, muy difíciles, de acceso muy difícil.
The idea of a Beetle taxi is by no means a new one in Mexico. Way back in 1971, the humble Beetle was selected to be the official taxi of Mexico City, a job the Beetles did up until 2012 when they were phased out in favor of four-door cabs. That's what's so amazing about the Beetle taxis. A two-door car isn't a great choice for a cab, even with the front passenger seat removed, as was the case with the VWs. Even so, the Beetle cabs were once fully half of Mexico City's cab fleet, with over 50,000 in service. But not seeming ideally suited for a job has never stopped Beetles. Despite having an archaic 1930s design, the Beetle remained in production until 2003. Despite being a cheap economy car, Beetles were found to be excellent off-road racers and started the entire genre of dune buggies. And even today, despite being old, outdated, and no longer legal to use as a taxi, Beetles are taking the job no other taxis want and driving people around in Beetleland.